Hello there, and welcome back to Talking Shit with a Yank and a Brit. Oh, it's starting again. Fucking thing.
Leave that in for sure. Hi.
Hello.
That was a nice southern accent you had going on there.
Well, thank you very much, cowboy.
Aren't you sweet? You're just a sweet little peach. Bless your heart.
Little peach.
How are you?
I am okay. Thank you very much. You all right?
I am also okay because I don't think I will ever be good again.
Oh, that's very depressing.
Yeah, it is. But it's also the reality of our lives. Though I've very recently, this past weekend and in other recent weeks, talked about how my baseline is fine generally. Like,
That's good.
I don't often say I'm super great, I'm doing amazingly, I had the greatest time of my life. So you asked me how my trip was and I said it was fine. Everything's
That's
fine.
fine.
It's just fine.
Yep. It's like how, we say not bad.
Yeah, not bad, but not good either.
No. Just low-level depressed. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic week.
Our level.
Off air, we've been, at the time that this goes out, it will be the UK election day on the 4th of July. Oh, Independence Day.
On the 4th of July, freedom ring.
So hopefully we'll have a new Prime Minister here. And we've just been ranting about politics, but we're not going to include that in the podcast because, we may lose a few listeners.
I also think, though, people should know about the fucked up shit going on in our worlds and become aware and vote. I think it's important to do that. Obviously,
Yes.
we don't have an election soon, but it is coming, and there are some concerning things happening that, if you do want to hear about it, if you do want to hear our hot takes on these respective things, let us know, and we will be glad to share.
Give us a shout and we'll give you our very uneducated opinions.
Somewhat educated.
Yeah, some, more educated than some.
Yes, that's right. But you're going to vote because you think it's important?
Yes, I do. And actually, I've had arguments with people about this because they're like, it's people's rights not to vote if they don't want to vote. And I'm like, no! You should vote! Vote for what you believe in.
I agree. I feel like I'm a little at a loss about this election, given what you and I talked about off air.
Granddad or criminal.
Yeah. But in the past, I've said, if you don't vote, you don't actually get a bitch then. I don't want to hear any complaint about whoever is doing what, wherever in office. You just don't get a bitch.
You don't get a say.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it unfolds, shall we? And when is the US one? Do you have a date?
Yeah, it's always the second Tuesday in November. Any sorts of elections. I think that's right. It's in November.
Cool. Well, you've got a few months then.
Yeah, maybe something incredible will happen that will save us.
A meteorite?
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for. Do you want to hear something funny? I think I briefly told you, but I want to tell you my saga real quick, if I can. So I am a very prompt person. I like to be on time. I'm hardly ever late for anything. And if I am, it fills me with anxiety.
How are we friends? I'm late for everything.
So I don't mind if other people are late. That's okay. And if it's a more hey, I'm going to meet up with you for lunch and coffee, a casual hang, that I'm not as a stickler about either. I probably still will be 15 minutes early, but that's fine. I'll get us a seat. But I'm not someone who likes to get to the airport super early. I try to keep it as close as possible while still giving you enough time for any unforeseen circumstances. Well, my flight back from Maine yesterday was out just after 1:03, and it's a very small airport, so I wasn't super concerned. I was hoping to maybe get there an hour or so before. before boarding started anyways, which was at like 12:18. Well, my pal Lauren and I went to get some food before we went, and it took an obscenely long time. It was a great, cute place, and kind of didn't really notice or mind until it was like, oh my God, it's like almost noon. I still got to go pick up my shit. And so having been to the main airport, and so as Lauren, kind of being like, it's fine. It doesn't take very long to get through. Usually security's not that busy. Well, I arrived after boarding time started, and I had a bag to check, and I roll in, hand my ID to the lady at the bag drop, and she looks at it, looks me up, and she just gives me a face of like, what do you think you're doing, lady? This is interesting. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. And she kind of types, and she's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you on this plane. And
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
really? Oh, okay. Never happened to me before. And she's like, hold on a sec. And so then I'm, calling Lauren.
How did you
and
feel at this point?
I was like, okay, I guess I have what I need here for whatever reason to be here until the next flight, which was Thursday. So it's like, a couple extra days, fine. And I'm just like, fuck, this is like not going to be, it's not going to, it's going to suck. It's going to be annoying. It's going to fuck up a few things, but it's not the end of the world. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, come back. And then the bag drop lady's like, well, I might be able to get you on the plane, but I don't know about your bag because the flight's closed, which makes sense because boarding starts at 12:18. They want people to get there an hour before then even so that they can get all the suitcases where they need to go, and then they close it. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, okay, well, I can stay until Thursday with my bag, or I can hope my bag gets on a plane on Thursday. I have the stuff that I need to do work and whatever with me in my backpack, but it's clothes and shit in my checked bag. So I was like, okay, what do I do here? And so I'm thinking about this. And then the gal's like, let me call my supervisor because I don't actually know how it really works if you were to get on the plane and not your bag and what we do with it for that many days. And I'm just like, okay, so I guess I'm staying. And she calls her supervisor, and her supervisor's like, oh yeah, I'll reopen it real quick. It's fine. And they're like, okay, here's your shit. Go. And I'm like, running through the airport. I just got done eating a fuck ton of food. And I'm like, okay, go. Get to security. There's no one there. Do my shit. And of course, like coming out, I basically just walked onto the plane. I didn't have to take out anything out of my bags. This time it's like shoes, laptop, blah, blah, blah. They have to fiddle with my sweater, whatever. And I get through and I run down the steps and I'm running to gate 6 and I get there and the door is closed and I'm like, so I'm here.
Let me in.
And they're like, plane's not here yet. Plane's late. Like, you're fine. We haven't even started boarding yet.
Turn around and there's like 100 people sat behind you.
Yep. And I'm like, oh, they told me I wasn't going to make it. So, okay, thanks. Go stand over to the side. I'm sweating and out of breath. And I'm just like, that's why it wasn't a big deal, I guess, because the plane actually wasn't even fucking here.
Oh, God. They could have told you that.
I don't know if they knew because on their end, it's just like flight's closed, boarding's already started, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, boarding hadn't even started. So
no, but the time had passed for boarding to start anyway. And so, I mean, it basically, we were late taking off.
Well, at least you got a quick workout in.
Yeah. And I mean, had it not been late, I don't know if I would have made it. So I guess, yay. Or maybe they just all like thought it would have been funny to see this happen.
Yeah. They're like, it's been a slow morning. Let's make this girl run.
Yeah. So that's never happened to me before. It probably never will again, but it was like a fun adrenaline rush.
Did I tell you about the time we missed our flight to Amsterdam?
I don't think so.
So we had a really early flight. This was many years ago now. And it's a big group of us. We all decided to go to the airport together. So we had to leave at like 4:00 in the morning to get to the airport on time.
Gatwick?
Yeah, went to Gatwick. And we'd booked the parking that is like a 10-minute coach drive from the airport as well. And for some reason, we decided to go the long way to Gatwick, because if you look at the southeast of England, like we're like here, and you can go sort of cross country to get to Gatwick, or you can go back on yourself onto the N25 and go to Gatwick that way. And we thought that will probably be quicker because it's a motorway. Fucking wasn't.
Never is.
Never is. So we got there a bit late, then realised that obviously we had to park 10 minutes or so away from the airport and get the shuttle bus over to the airport.
Which was not going to come for another 20 minutes.
No, exactly. We got there and basically essentially missed our flight. And we had to all run through the airport like absolute lunatics. You know what Gatwick's like? They're like, oh, the gate's 10 miles away. So running, we've all got backpacks
we have to
on.
backtrack first. And then
go. And we got there and it was the gate was closed, no people there, flight had gone, that kind of late. So we had to then go through the whole process of going like back through security, which is a right palaver, let me tell you.
They're just like, whoa, we don't know how to deal with this.
Coming back in, what are you doing?
This is an exit only. And
it was with EasyJet, SleazyJet. So obviously we, instead of them just popping us on a later flight, that we had to pay a shit ton of money to get a later flight.
Whose fault was this? Did you guys all blame one particular person?
I can't remember now, but anyway, we ended up going back to the car because we had to wait a few hours for our flight, and we went back to the car, and look, we were all stoners at the time, hence why we were going to Amsterdam.
Clearly.
So we all just sat in the car and got really high in the airport car park, and then nearly missed our second flight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was bad. We got there in the end and we had a lovely time, but
great.
It was terrible.
Now, if I were in that circumstance, probably some anxiety, but also like with a group of people, it's fine, whatever, it's kind of funny. Sure. Now, then going and getting stoned and doing it all over again, you guys would have had to put me in the hospital.
Somebody call an ambulance. I think Kate's having a heart attack.
Yeah, because too much internal stimulation and external stimulation, and she like being high, I get so paranoid, so I cannot. Just so anxious, ball of nerves. That's me.
That's you.
Yes. Fun. Tell us about your missed airport stories, folks.
Yeah, if you've got any, that would be quite amusing.
Or any horrible airport stories, because like frankly, I think airports are the worst place on earth. People lose all sense of decorum and like how to be people in the world. I hate it. Thankfully, this last go around was not bad. I didn't have to deal with any, but like I just am amazed at how entitled people think they are at the airport sometimes, and how shitty they treat people who work for airlines too. Like, ugh.
Yeah, it can get quite disgusting.
Yeah,
and people should be happy you're going on holiday. Like, calm down.
Well, you're making some assumptions about.
I am making assumptions,
but I think if you are, you can assume that everyone around you is too. Why not?
Exactly. I'm happy. I'm going on holiday.
Yeah. So what do we got today?
Well, I came across some British insults that are apparently at risk of dying out. So I want to draw international attention, and raise awareness for these insults, but also wanted to run them by you to see if you'd ever heard of them, whether you'd ever used them, and whether you would like to now add them to your vocabulary.
I'm down. I think we need to save the insults.
Save the insults. That's the jingle.
Particularly if I envision they're probably going to be really classy, and because that's what everyone associates with an English accent. So,
yeah, you clearly haven't been to England if you think that.
True.
Okay, so number 1, Pratt.
I have heard that one, and I may have even used it.
Oh, good.
Doesn't it kind of mean like you're being a prat, like a twat, a brat, an idiot?
Yeah,
it's kind of multi-purpose, but generally like stop being so ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's sort of a more polite version of twat, I'd say. You're a prat.
You're such a prat.
Obviously, there's Chris Pratt.
I was just going to say, you're such a Chris Pratt.
And the reason they're dying out is because young people don't know what these mean anymore, apparently. So
Because they're not teaching them in school anymore.
And they come up with new words like riz and stuff. I can't think of any more because I'm not down with the kids. No
According to Oxford Dictionary, derogatory, informal, an incompetent or stupid person, an idiot. Okay. But I think language takes on new meaning all the time, right? So people have probably used prat because someone's being a dickhead or, rude. But it also means a person's buttocks.
Oh.
So you're being a person's butt.
You're being a person's butt.
I love it even more now. I'm going to keep that one.
Okay, what about plonker?
I don't think I've ever actually said that, other than maybe being like, did you just say plunker? But Nigel does or has. And I'm probably not gonna say how or when and or quote how he's used it, and I've heard it because it's gonna sound so horrible. But yes, I have heard that. It means willy, right?
I don't know, does it?
I think it does.
This says it's
plunker.
a foolish or inept person.
Well, yeah, I think that is the way it kind of is interpreted, but I feel like it's also another word for penis, isn't it? Yeah, Mr. Jobsworth realizes I'm pulling his plonker and suggests I leave.
Oh, okay, yeah. In the UK Urban Dictionary, it's also a man who sanctions sexual relations between his girlfriend and male friends.
Oh, so like a cuckold.
Yeah. I love
Great.
the word cuckold. What is that?
Cuck.
It makes me think of a cuckoo bird.
It could be that's sort of how it is derived, but in cuckold, it's a male who, I think the legitimate definition is a male who unwittingly invests parental effort in juveniles who are not genetically his offspring. But I think it's it's a type of fetish too, where it's like watching your person have sex with other people. And
I watched a program recently. I can't remember what it was, but the woman in it was cuckold with her husband and used to watch her husband have dinner and treat another woman really well and then have sex with her. It was weird.
Well, if that's your thing, more power to you. But I that's not something that I would be into, I don't think.
No, I'm not into it.
Yeah, I think back to plonker, though, it maybe meant penis for a while.
What insults don't?
Yeah. But also penises are dumb, so why wouldn't it also mean a dumb person? You plonker.
You absolute plonker. Sounds better in a Cockney accent as well.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Numpty?
Nope.
No?
First time hearing that, and I didn't like it on my ear holes.
You bloody Numpty.
What? What is it?
They all kind of just mean idiot, really.
Yeah, okay. Okay, British slang, chiefly Scottish. A stupid or foolish person, an idiot. I don't love how it sounds, but it also is kind of funny.
I like it.
He looked a right numpty standing there in his pants.
He did, yeah.
He sure did.
I think we should bring that one back.
Okay, I can adopt that one because it's not necessarily evoking penis here.
It makes me think of
Humpty Dumpty?
Yeah. An egg sat on a wall being crushed by hundreds of hooves.
He was such an Humpty.
Such Humpty Dumpty. That Humpty Dumpty. Also, talking of Humpty Dumpty, at no point in that story does anyone describe Humpty Dumpty as an egg.
You're correct.
We just assume he's an egg, I guess, from the name.
I also think if we're looking at it in a book, right? Nursery rhyme sometimes we're illustrating. I think he was straight up an egg.
Someone must have just thought, he's an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an egg.
He sounds like an egg.
Was Humpty Dumpty an egg? Oh, well, that just populated because my Computers listening to us. Okay, so the HuffPost UK actually in 2023 has an article called "So Humpty Dumpty isn't actually an egg, and the truth is weirder than you can imagine."
Oh, tell me more.
Good news, everyone! Your childhood has been a lie. So he first appeared as an egg in Lewis Carroll's 1872 novel Through the Looking Glass. Chapter 6 of the book is entitled Humpty Dumpty, where he is described in all his eggy glory. But
Eggy glory.
it's Lewis Carroll for you. The truth has been uncovered via Twitter. His true identity is... Okay, a tweet said, "Who decided Humpty Dumpty was an egg? It's not in the lyrics, and deciding he is a giant egg is quite a random leap for someone to make. Everyone else being like, yeah, a giant egg on a wall, of course." And imagine having no army because they're busy fixing a broken egg.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, why did all the king's horses and all the king's men even try to put Humpty together again?
Here's why, and it will make sense. He was a cannon. There was a cannon named Humpty Dumpty that fell. And because he was a cannon, it's very important that he get fixed.
Yes. Who else is going to defend the walls?
Yep. Used in the English Civil War of 1642 to 1649, specifically in the 1648 Siege of Colchester.
Okay.
So that was a fun little pivot that we all learned something.
Yeah, today I have learnt.
Humpty Dumpty's a cannon. And a numpty.
I'm pretty sure you're going to know this one. Git.
You daft git.
You daft git. Come down here, you git.
Yeah, I do know that one. I don't hate it. It also makes me think of another one that I don't hate. Dozy cow or dozy bint. You're just like, get you fucking idiot.
Yeah, dozy bint. Yeah. What about scallywag?
That is a word I've heard. I don't know if I've ever heard it in the context of an insult or if someone was basically like just in their normal parlance calling someone that. I feel like it's always been in the context of someone doing a pirate accent. Like, hey, you scallywag. Pretty sure.
You scallywag.
Yeah.
It's usually used sorry, my brain's just gone blank. So it's like a kid who's been naughty is a little scallywag.
Sure.
So yeah, this says cute. A person, typically a child, who behaves badly but in an amusingly mischievous rather than harmful way. A rascal.
Oh, okay. So Chips is a scallywag because he's cute and a cat, even though he's so fucking naughty.
Is he still really naughty?
While I was gone, I got a video from Nigel. Chips is on the floor looking up at him, and he like kind of pants over, and the cabinet is open where all our cat food is stored and their treats, and a bunch of shit's knocked out, and there's a bag of treats that's been torn open. And I was like, that fucking cat finally figured out how to open a cabinet. Good for him.
Yeah, well done. He's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Is he a batter when you put something on the side and he'll just bat it off?
Thankfully not like glasses of water, which I kind of would love for him to do that because you see it so much. But no, he right now he likes to take the coasters off the table and play with them. Oh. So, yeah.
Well, who doesn't? They're fun toys.
Yeah, it's my favorite toy, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm bored. Give me a coaster.
Give me a cardboard box and a coaster, and I'm a happy cat.
You basically got a spaceship, and the coaster's your steering wheel.
Exactly.
See? Fun.
Okay. What would you think if I called you a nitwit?
Okay, so that is an insult. That is, I don't think people use it very often anymore, but American too, because I feel like that has been in books I've read. But yeah, I would say thank you. That is so nice. No one's ever said anything like that to me before, because then I truly would be a nitwit, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Stop being such a pillock.
So I was about to say a fish, but that's pollock, I think. Or pollock. So no, don't know that one.
Pillock. A stupid person. A complete pillock.
Rude. You're a pillock.
No, you are.
You are. And you're smelly too, you dozy cow.
What about toe rag?
What?
Toe rag.
Like poop rag, but for your feet?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't heard that one either.
Again, I think it's like a mischievous
Stupid
child.
person. Because apparently you're either a stupid person or a mischievous child.
Yeah. So.
Oh, a contemptible or despicable person?
Apparently it comes from
beggar, tramp, pieces of rag that they wrapped around their feet?
Yeah.
Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so like they are poor, homeless people who don't have shoes. They've got toe rags on. Now that's become an insult. That's basically how language works, right?
Yeah.
You toe rag.
Deriving from a rag tied to a tow line, either on the road or on the river, it would then become dirty naturally, hence the amplified phrase of you dirty toe rag.
You dirty rat.
You dirty rat.
That one can go away. I'm okay with that one dying out, I think.
Okay. We'll scratch that one from the list. Toe rag, not acceptable in modern language.
Extinct. You heard it here first, folks.
Extinct. This is one of my favourites, and I do think this should be used in everyday language again. Tosspot.
Have I heard you say this? I feel like I've heard it be said.
I think I've said tosser before.
Yes. Is it similar?
I assume so. Tosspot origin. Yeah, stupid or obnoxious person. Or can also mean a heavy drinker.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A drunkard.
See, it makes me think of throwing up, like tossing your cookies. Because the toilet's a pot. Do you see my face? I'm just like zoning out thinking about this now.
That one's really captured your attention.
It's not, I like it too. I like that it is kind of innocent, but it's also got like some real nice, like at the end, so toss pot. And then also you could be like, stop being a drunk, you toss pot.
Yeah, I like it. Drip.
Oh yeah, I think that is something that's like real. I don't know what era it is, but like, oh man, you're such a drip, man.
Such a drip, man. You're such a wet flannel.
You're just a wet fucking fart. But yeah, that's what it'd be. Kind of like lame, right? Don't be a drip.
Yeah, I believe so. Ninny.
Childhood, British child, Victorian child, insult.
Ninny. It's also nincompooper. I've never heard of.
You've never heard of nincompoop?
No, I have heard, but I just haven't heard people use that in a long time.
No, only old people.
Such a nincompoop.
Mm-hmm.
A fool or simpleton.
I mean, it sounds smarter than fool or simpleton, I guess.
You can only sort of hear posh people using it,
Yeah. Like, I don't want to swear.
No.
And I want to still sound polite.
Yeah.
But I also
you're
want to say
being
the word
such
poop.
a ninny. Or nincompoop.
Yeah.
What about blighter?
No. Maybe. No, I haven't. Blighter.
Blighter.
Bet it means stupid person.
Yeah, a disliked or contemptible person.
Oh, okay. So like Donald Trump's a blighter.
Yep. Worthless.
Did I use it right?
Especially a man, scoundrel or rascal.
Yeah, we'd never call a lady a blighter.
No. Just doesn't fit.
The little blighters next door have trampled all over my flowers again. Man or child, especially an annoying one. That's from Cambridge. FYI.
Brilliant. And the last one is lummox.
This feels very much like fool. Lummox, I feel like either I'm thinking of a different word with a similar ending, like an OX ending, or I have heard this because I just like, oh, you're such a lummox. Like you're so foolish, just a really foolish, idiotic, clumsy person.
Yeah. Goofy, awkward, clumsy.
Yeah. Me.
Kate the lummox. Da-da-da-da. Boo.
That's me. That should be a TV show.
It's actually, yeah, maybe we should write a screenplay.
Okay, I will.
Okay, cool. And I'll be your cool British aunt that comes to stay.
You could just be my friend.
Okay, fine.
Do you want to be the aunt? Because then we can make my character younger. And then, of course, I could still play a very young person because I'm so youthful and vibrant. Yeah. And they'll totally believe you're my aged, cool aunt.
Exactly. I'll don a wig and a bonnet. You can get more Botox to make yourself look youthfuler.
Whole face transplant, actually.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Cool, we'll get started on that.
All right.
Bow.
And we're back.
We are. Here we are.
Here we are. Do you want to play a game?
You know I want to play a game.
Do you want to play a game?
I only ever want to play games, Gemma.
All right. I mean, we can give this a go. I don't know how it's going to go because there might be a slight delay because, to our listeners, we are in different continents. So we have to record this remotely. We unfortunately can't afford to fly out to each other every week.
I'm still working on my teleportation machine too.
Yeah. That's coming along nicely though, I hear.
I haven't seen Lucy in a couple days, but I assume
she's working then.
Thinking 1864. Oh, that's time travel. I think she's in Croatia.
So I want to play a game where we say a random word and we keep saying random words until we hopefully eventually end up on the same word.
Let's. Couple questions.
Yeah.
How many, when do we give up? Or do we just record until we get to the word tomorrow sometime? Maybe like 10. Try 10 rounds and see if we can if we can do it if we can do it in 10, then we didn't fail. But if we can do it in 8, doing okay. If we can do it in 6, that's great. If we can do it in 4, excellent. If we can do it in 2, we're amazing. And if we can do it on the first go, then we should win a Nobel Peace Prize or something.
Yeah. I mean, what I should do is just hold up a card with a word on so that no one can hear right now. And then they'd be like, oh my God, we're so in tune.
I actually don't know if you even need to do that because we can just edit it out to make it seem like it. So just tell me the word, cut it out. We'll do it.
Yeah, that would have been easier.
Second question is, okay, so like if to avoid as much of a delay as possible, do we do like 1, 2, 3, go?
Yeah.
And then I could just go like this, or do you want me to count?
Let's count after 3.
So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, soup.
Yep.
Okay. Don't use soup.
Okay. Now I've got soup on my mind, haven't I?
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll end up with soup. All right. I'm up for it.
Okay. Count us in, baby.
1, 2, 3, elevator. You're still thinking soup.
I know.
All right. So
I hope
said
that
elevator.
you would think of soup as well and go bowl.
I actively tried not to think of soup.
Okay. Fine.
All right. So we got elevator and bowl.
Yep.
All right. 1. Hold on. No. Scratch. 1, 2, 3, spoon.
Stairs. Oh, we've gone in the opposite direction.
Okay. Well, I might just have to pivot here. All right. 1, 2, 3, carpet.
Banister. I was going to say floor.
Oh.
I
Well,
changed
think
my
we're
mind at
kind
the
of
last
back
minute.
aligned a little bit now, though. 1, 2, 3.
Walls.
Blanket. You said walls, right?
Yeah, I
How
said
many-
walls.
What are we on right now? What round?
I don't know. 4?
Fuck it. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Roof.
Cushion. Ugh.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Couch.
Window.
One, 2, 3. Curtain.
Curtains. Oh! Yeah.
I don't know how many. I'm going to say we did that in 3.
Yeah, I
That
think
was
we
impressive.
that's pretty good. Look how aligned we are. Look how in sync we are.
Yeah. Ooh, that was kind of fun. One more?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. You can count this time.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Plants.
Credit card. Does that count? It's 2 words, I guess.
Yeah.
It's an item, though. Okay. You said
fine.
plants. I said credit card. All right. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Money.
Dollar.
Does that count?
Not quite.
Okay.
I don't think. And we're running into tricky territory here.
Where do we
because
go
have
from
different
here?
currency. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Coins.
Quid. Fuck. Okay. I thought you were going to say quid too. Started to cut. All right.
1, 2, 3. Dime.
Purse.
I think we won it with dollar
Money.
and money, to be honest.
I mean, I'm willing to give it to us. Let's try one more.
Okay.
Wait, what did you say? You said dime. Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nickel.
Penny.
Oh, fuck. I was going to say penny.
I thought that
I
would be
thought-
like, because you could, I know you have pence, but like maybe you use penny too. You
I was
didn't have
gonna-
fucking nickels.
I know. I was thinking of you. But I was going
appreciate
to say
that.
penny, and then I thought no, because that's English.
We can get this last one, I think. Okay, you ready?
Oh no. Sorry, excuse me. Zoning in.
We're gonna get it.
1, 2, 3. Pound. Yes!
You were glaring real hard at me.
I was.
So scared.
That was my. That's
I
how I
think
read
it's
your mind.
Well, it worked. It just scared me a little. I bet if we do this enough, we'll probably be really good at it.
Yeah. I reckon if we were in the same room, we'd just be like, bam,
Pound,
curtains,
soup, chauffeur, bathroom butler, Roger. Yes, one day. We'll do that next time we're together.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Is it time?
Sorry, I don't know what's happening. I'm coughing. Dust.
You've got the consumption. Just like Satine in Moulin Rouge.
Oh, poor woman.
Mm-hmm.
The sparkling diamond.
Maharaja.
Would you like an Am I the Arsehole?
You know I would, baby. You gonna do an accent again?
Yeah.
Yay. I think people really enjoy that.
Okay, good. Well, have you seen House of the Dragon?
Is that the new Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I have been around when it's been on TV.
All right. Well, you might not get this. You might. Who knows?
I'm very smart.
Okay. Am I the arsehole for killing my nephew after he took my eye? My 18 male bastard nephew, 10 male, smashed me across the face, or smashed me across the eye rather, when we were little during a fight. After I took one of my family's dragons that was unclaimed because of his previous rider died. Long story. Anyways, he wasn't punished for it because his bitch mother was my father's favourite precious little baby. And I was but the second son. A few years later, one of my brothers took the throne after my father asked for him to be king, ridiculous as I was the better choice, and I was sent to gather support of one of the aristocrats of my country. He was there as well to do the same thing. Now I asked the aristocrat to gouge his eye out to make things even, but the little arsehole refused. After that, he fled on his own dragon, and I decided to follow him in my dragon to scare him a little bit. I wasn't really going to hurt him. The petty lizard he rode on, however, decided to attack my dragon, and
Burn.
Vhagar, my dragon, ate him, with my nephew riding it.
Oh.
So yeah, I didn't mean to kill him. I'm sorry for it. But deeply, I do think that he had it coming as punishment for my stolen eye. Do you think it's fair? Am I the arsehole?
Are you sure this wasn't like written by Prince Harry?
I think the story is, roughly based on this. So.
Yeah, I mean, I heard recently that there was some sort of royal dispute about their dragons. I think overall, the whole family needs some therapy, probably.
Mm.
And I get that you just wanted to take your nephew's eye. You didn't mean to kill him. Criminal laws typically kind of have this, rule of transference. Sometimes it doesn't really matter what you intended if you're trying to do some harm. And I would say that here in America, I'm making some assumptions that you're not from here. So maybe the rules are different in your country. But here in America, if you acted with reckless disregard and maybe you didn't mean to kill someone, but you did, like, you're still going to get probably charged with some form of murder or manslaughter. Now, does that make you an asshole? This is where I'm a little bit split on. I would be mad too about losing my eye. I think that that's justifiable, that you would want to, have a little eye for an eye. See what I did there?
Yeah.
But it's also like, that's what I mean by the therapy. Like, you need to let it go. Probably. It sounds like you've been holding on to it for a while. I imagine probably that's really pickled your insides a little bit. And now you maybe are a bit of an asshole. You did call your sister a bitch and all of that. And
yeah.
I don't know. Therapy, man. Sorry about your eye.
Sorry about your
eye. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Obviously holding on a lot of resentment for losing your eye. Mm-hmm. But from what I hear, you do have quite a scary, cool blue sparkly thing going on underneath your eye patch now. So
cool.
Looks pretty hard. But yeah, I think, killing in revenge for an injury probably is a bit arseholery.
Asshole beaver. Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know how the laws work in your land, but it's probably an offence. You've probably broken a few laws there.
Mm-hmm. He did say he didn't mean to, and he's sorry.
He did, yeah. And I think that goes back to the old tale that really people can't control their dragons.
It's true.
They are beings on their own, so we just get the privilege to ride them.
I do think there should be more training around dragon riding, though, a little more education, maybe make some rules about can't ride your dragon until you're 21 or older, probably, and maybe even with an adult for a little while after that.
That's it. And these guys are really young, 18 and 10. That's maybe you shouldn't be sending
advantage.
Probably shouldn't be sending these guys to, talk with lords over these matters. So, maybe the parents are to blame. Who am I to say?
Overall, I blame the schools.
Always comes back to the school system.
I blame the schools. I imagine your sister's probably going to want some restorative justice or revenge too now for her baby being eaten by your dragon along with his dragon. So like, be prepared. Watch your back with your one eye, I guess.
Keep that one eye open.
Maybe she might just take your other eye, and then what are you going to do?
So, you know, I mean, one of the episodes was an eye for an eye, and then another episode was a son for a son. So,
wait, episode.
Oh, I don't.
Is this fictional?
No, I don't know what. Sorry, that slipped out of my mouth. I don't know what you're talking about. So one of the top comments is, "You're the arsehole. You lost an eye and gained a dragon. He lost 2 eyes and a dragon. Not really fair."
Agree. Yeah.
Also, I should point out that the OP's dragon is the largest dragon in the world. It's fucking massive. So he should have taken that into account.
Largest dragon in the world, 18, bigger, 10-year-old, his little baby 10-year-old dragon with training wheels. That does not seem like a fair fight. I'm sorry that he got the jump on you and was able to slash her eye. But, you know, kids are little scallywags and will, you know, they just kind of like frenzy around. You know, they don't know the rules of things.
I like the flapping you're doing. Just frenzy about.
That's what kids do with their swords when they're fighting with swords.
This person said, "Pet owners these days, I swear, if you can't control your pet, you probably shouldn't have it." Before you know it, they're flying around the countryside eating small folks' sheep.
That goes back to what I was saying about like better education around dragon ownership and stuff. But I also wanted to say dragons are not property. They should be treated with respect, okay? It is a privilege.
Well, there you go. So I think in conclusion, yes, you are the arsehole for killing your, what was it, nephew,
I think, right? Yeah.
Sorry to say that, but, you know, I'm sure revenge will be sweet.
Yep, and swift. You. Yeah. Good luck.
Ta-ta. He is a scallywag, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Both of them.
Yeah.
His brain's not fully developed either, and I assume like losing that eye probably had a big impact on it. So I do have some empathy. A little. But that doesn't justify anything, young man.
No,
go to your dragon room.
Go around murdering, all right?
Well, I think on that note, it's a really great place to end. You can't just go around murdering.
That's advice for you all. I hope you take that on board. Bring back these insults.
Tell us which ones you like, if you got other ones. Because I know there's some really old ones that are like, "You, sir, are a piece of bog cheese." I'll have to find. I'll have to find the list I'm thinking of where it's just like very old insults.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just keep getting older and older every episode. Yeah. Okay.
That sounds good. Okay. Just like us in real life.
Yeah. Each day we're closer to death. And on that note, you know, if you have any more insults that you'd like to tell us about, then send them in to talkshittous@gmail.com or chuck us a DM on socials, which is TSYB pod. And we'll reply.
Yep, we will, because we love it.
And read it out.
It was good to see you, tosspot.
And you, bloody nincompoop.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Bye.
Oh, that was quick.
That was really short.
Ta-ra.
Bye.